Oh my gosh, we're live.
Oh my gosh.
It's always exciting.
Oh, you want tea.
I forgot to get my tea.
You're sad that you don't have tea.
I'm always sad when I don't have tea.
I'm sorry.
There are 8 hours of the day where I can't have it because I'm asleep.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
This is my friend Maryjo. We've known each other for 16 years now.
Something like that.
And this is our second show together.
They're that good. You have to just do them once a decade.
All right. I'm going to start off with a kind of Celtic-y sounding song. Make this go away. Go away thing. All right. I wrote a Celtic song for February album writing month, so I was feeling very nostalgic for the sessions that I used to go to a long time ago. Had a really good one in. That is just completely the wrong key, Joe. All right. This is called "Drive the Flock to Home." This is about sheep. Well,
I might try to follow along if that is fine by you all.
Here I can see over to the river, and the yearlings gazing in the heather. A late sunrise through the misty dawn. It's morning and my love. Not to say you can't be on your own. Here there's no one to take measure of a man. So feel the breeze, whichever way it blows. But every night, drive the flock to home. Muddy boots and a dog as a companion. A little rain will keep your spirits damp. Its weary feet, dog is a companion. When you're home, a kettle on the stove. And not to say you can't be on your own. Here there's no one to take measure of a man. So feel the breeze, whichever way it blows. But every night, drive the flock to home. Sometimes when the storms are blowing and I'm without a coat, despite your way of knowing, then I will ponder my feet beside the fire, and I will look to home whichever way it blows. Not to say you can't be on your own. Here there's no one to take measure of a man. Feel the breeze, whichever way it blows. But every night, drive the flock to home. actually know how that ends. It has a fade out on the record.
It's beautiful. That's
Aw,
beautiful.
thank you.
What is it called again?
It's called Drive the Flock to Home.
I love that.
That was one of the only first tracks that I didn't play so for New Year's when I did the for some definitions of a full band thing, I did a bunch of first tracks, and that was one of the ones I didn't do, and the other one was the one I can't play at all on the drums. I tried learning the drum part for one of our songs, and I was just like, nope.
And this is why we have drummers.
It is. I got to play with Tim last week, and it was amazing. It was like I actually have bandmates.
Oh, that's so nice. That's awesome. So,
what's it like having a band, Maryjo?
It's fun. Having a band is fun. I happen to play at any given time in between, 2 to 5 of them. Pre-pandemic, I think I was up to five different bands that I was in at one particular time. It was a little unsustainable.
Okay, so I know two Dragons and a Cheetah,
Yep.
Color Palette, and Dear Daria now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was pre-pandemic. Holy crap.
Yeah,
Time
I was
flies.
playing bass in a band called Loy Loy.
Loy.
And it was this woman named Christy DeLassio, and she did synth pop. It was really fun, and I got to play bass, which
that's cool.
I'm not really. Well, Maryjo Mattea.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Technically is a musical entity. I am here, therefore I exist, right? I have a guitar in my hands and a microphone in front of me, so I think I count as a musician. So, yeah.
A whole bunch of people on Instagram just realized that they're musicians.
Like, wait a second, is that all it takes?
I shouldn't talk about Instagram. I shouldn't talk about things I have no idea about.
It's a fine platform. I don't mind Instagram too much. Although it is getting really heavy with the ads these days. It's starting to bum me out. So, should I play a song?
Yes. One sec.
One sec.
There is a...
Oh yeah, we're getting a little error message on our screen. Not sure if that's happening in the real world or not. What's it say? Oh.
It's complaining about the amount of data we're sending.
Oh.
So it might
Too
get
bad, YouTube.
Sorry, YouTube. I'm sending it as fast as I can. Move the phone a little closer to the window. I don't know what else to do.
Oh, man. Well, so speaking of Maryjo Mattea as a musical entity, right before the pandemic, I released an EP under the name Maryjo Mattea. The EP was called The Other Side. It was a 5-song EP, and we had a nice fun release show for it and everything. And the band that was my Maryjo Mattea band was in the process of evolving into a different entity. We were going to call it Dear Daria. And we had all of these wonderful plans for a rollout of that project. And then March 2020 happened, and we never got our nice little rollout. So Dear Daria exists, whether or not we got a formal debut or not. It exists. We are making music and releasing music. We just released a song last month, got another one coming out in April, and a full album coming out in May, if you can believe that. So, but speaking of that EP, I'm going to play a song from that EP, if that sounds good to you.
Yes. That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. That's why I drove all the way from DC. All right, so this is a song that I like to refer to as an anti-love song, and it is called Candlelight and Roses. The last thing the world needs is another tortured love song. So why should I write this song for you? And if I did, it all come out wrong. So tell me, what's a girl to do? We've all heard the tune about forevers, but forever won't get me through the night. So how about
That's the prettiest F-bomb that will ever be dropped on my stream.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, I don't need the lyrics for this one. This is an Ola Belle Reed song. She, I mean, I guess bluegrass has never had its fair share of famous women, but not enough famous women writers. So, but she was a pretty good one. I believe she was from South Carolina or North Carolina, somewhere around there, but semi-regional to here. And a zillion people have done this song. I actually heard it from probably 3 other people before I heard her version. It's called I've Endured. And I heard the thunder roll. Well, I've endured. How long must one endure? Barefoot in the summer, on into the fall. Clothe a song. Sent to church on Sunday to learn the golden rule. Well, I've endured. How long must one endure? And I've worked with the poor, and I've seen many a heartache, and I'll see many more. Live, love, and sorrow, been through success's door. Well, I've endured. How long must one endure? Many years ago, climbed these hills and valleys through all the rain and snow. Seen the lightning flash and I heard the thunder roll. Well, I've endured. How long must one endure? Well, I've endured.
Kick-ass song.
It is.
That was a kick-ass performance of it too.
Well, thank you. But yeah, I love that song. She wrote a lot of other great songs. So
and
yeah.
What's her name again?
Ola Belle Reed.
Ola Belle Reed. Right on.
Three names. So that's how you know she's from south of the Mason-Dixon line, I guess.
Oh.
But so that's how I know she's not like from like Pennsylvania.
Right. Well, that said, I mean, I have a name that sounds very southern, and I was born in Long Island, New York, so go figure. All right, so I am gonna do a song that is a Dear Daria song. It will be out on our our debut record, which is coming out May. The song is called The Real World. Never thought I'd see the day, never thought I'd feel this way, and yet here we stand. A moment passed, the sun went down. How did we get so turned around? This was not what we planned. Like candles on a birthday cake, we burn so bright now, just a haze. And I forget how things went wrong, but we once believed in fate. Now everything's changing. Oh, I fear I'm changing too. Nothing ever stays the same as we wanted to. Oh, everything was so intense. Now it doesn't make much sense at all. But that's okay. 'Cause in these moments we are high. It's now or never, do or die, at least for today. 'Cause people come and people go, and people you will never know. Feel every feeling that you feel a million miles away. Now everything's changing. Oh, I fear I'm changing too. Nothing ever stays the same as we wanted to. It's time to move on now. It's time that we find our way out in the real world, where it's just another day. All the places that you've known, all the spaces you've called home, every smile and every tear, every minute of every year, and all the progress that you've made. A bittersweet hit parade of every lover and every friend and everything you thought would never end. Oh, whoa. We've been through torrential rain, dealt with heartache, lived with pain. In the end, it'll be okay. And if it's not, it's not the end. Now everything's changing. I fear I'm changing too. Nothing ever stays the same as we want it to.
I gotta ask about the title of it.
Okay.
So, did Dear Daria air on MTV?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, well, you mean the show Daria?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. yeah,
Daria was on
okay.
MTV. The song title has nothing to do with the reality show that was on MTV
Okay. All right.
in the 90s and 2000s.
You know you're gonna get that question.
Oh, I've
though.
already had it. I've had it many times. I mean, the line is in the song. It's like out in the real world where it's just another day. And so I thought, oh, that's a good title. And then, of course, without fail, the first time I played it, somebody was just like, the real world, like on MTV? I was like,
Well,
Kind of, but not really. And then somebody was like, "Is this a song about Puck from the San Francisco season?" I was like, "It most certainly is not."
gosh, is it going to get annoying to just have everybody associate every single song you guys do with the 90s?
90s MTV. I mean,
it doesn't have to be
we
MTV.
did kind of walk right into that, though, didn't we?
It doesn't have to be MTV, though, because...
Yeah, that's true.
I guess that's just...
We're going to get there, though, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play my emotionally heavy song for the day.
Ooh.
Yeah, I saved this for
Should
the middle.
I go get some tissues?
I don't know. Rage tissues, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did that, first song for Johnny, and it kind of threw him off his game. So like we're burying the mopey song in the middle.
Oh, that's funny, because I think my next one's kind of mopey, too.
Oh, okay.
This is the mopey
Sweet.
portion of the live stream.
We're going to bring it down a little
Yeah, you might want to go get some tissues.
now. This is called Danny, They Say I'm a Coward. And this is... I was in the military. I don't talk about it too much, but I'm pretty sure I'm a coward. I'm basically a pacifist, which is a really weird thing for someone to be in the military, except... not really though. But I'm super anti-war, which you'd think most people would be, and they're just not.
Wow.
But I was trying to think of how would I react if I were actually in combat, because I was not in anything even remotely like a combat role. I was a linguist, so and I don't know that I would actually shoot my fingers off, which is what the person in the song does, but that's something that people actually did in World War I, and the idea was that they'd get sent home.
They get sent home, yeah.
And, but on some level, it takes away their ability to kill another human being, which then makes them useless to the military, and that's why they get sent home. There are other ways to mutilate yourself, which might have gotten them sent home, but I just found it interesting that the most effective one was just to make yourself useless for killing other people.
Right.
I like this song so much I've recorded it twice. It appears on our the first band album, Fireworks at the Carnival, and then I did an acoustic version with violin and guitar on our song Monsters. Might be a hidden track. I don't remember if it's actually on the CD cover.
I was going to say, do hidden tracks even exist anymore now that nobody buys CDs?
Everything is free now. That's what they say. All right. Now, Danny, they say I'm a coward, because I couldn't fight any longer. I took my own gun and I fired it once, and the bullet took 2 of my fingers. Back home in the field it was raining, and the snow lay high in the mountain. But here in the desert it's been dry now forever, though the blood and the tears are the fountain. Now those that will do the leaving are the ones whose conscience grows weary, and the first ones to die are the ones whose pride bows to their mother's grieving. Back home in the field it was raining, and the snow lay high in the mountain. desert, it's been dry now forever, though the blood and the tears are the fountain. First left my home, I was willing. When the fifes played, I answered the calling. Still the old become young, and the young hold their tongues, and we cover our eyes and march blindly. Back home in the field, it was raining, and the snow lay high, but here in the desert it's been dry now forever, though the blood and the tears are the fountain. Back home in the field it was raining, and the snow lay high in the mountain, but desert, it's been dry now forever, though the blood and the tears are the fountain.
That is such a good song.
Oh, thanks.
That is, like, such a good song. Yeah. I have like songwriter envy over here.
Yeah.
When did you write that?
2007? 2006 or 2007, sometime around there.
Man. Every so often do you write one that is like, it's pretty good, and you're like, man, am I ever going to top this?
Every year.
Yeah, during February?
Yeah, every year during February.
Well, speaking of February album writing month, I'm sure everyone who tunes into this live stream knows that John Patton loves February album writing month and participates in it every year and has for what, the past 6, 7 years? Something like that?
So I've been doing it since... I did a collab in 2012, and that was my first exposure to it. And then I did my first one in 2013, and I've completed it.
So February album writing month, in case you don't know, is February is the shortest month of the year, and the whole idea is to write a song every other day and get a full album's worth of material by the end of it. And I am not that prolific of a songwriter. I am not cranking them out that quickly, but I did try a 5-day challenge. Yes. I did a 5-day songwriting challenge where every day you were given a prompt and you had to write a song, and I managed to get through a full 5-day cycle once. I've like participated in a few more, but only managed to get 1 or 2 songs done, but like I managed to get 5 done in the first one I ever did. And so the song I want to play next is actually from one of those, and the prompt for it was to write a song like a step-by-step process, like you're telling somebody how to do something. And I did this, during the sort of lockdown period early on in the pandemic, where we didn't know really how this disease was transmitted. We didn't know how to protect ourselves 100%. This is back when people were still like washing their groceries and things when they got home because they were afraid there were germs on them and things. Anyway, it was a very, very nerve-wracking time. And many of us still had to work, but we were just doing it from home. And so I decided that my step-by-step process was going to be describing all of the things that you still have to do, even though the world is collapsing around us and we're anxiety-ridden and depressed and all of that. So like we said, this is the bummer portion of the live stream. So the song is called On the Inside. You still have to get out of bed, brush your teeth, walk the dog. Don't forget you need to take your meds. And you still have to do your job, send emails, make those calls, even as you're holding back the sobs. But on the inside, we're crying, we're dying, and this is just the start. On the inside, we're fighting, igniting, and it's tearing us apart. You still need to go to the store, buy some food, cook that food. You still need to eat, though it's a chore. You still have to go fetch the mail, wash your clothes, clean up the house, then get to bed so you can do it all again. But on the inside, we're bleeding and we're needing to know there's something more. But is there something more? On the inside, we're desperate, no one gets it, and it just goes on and on. There's no spark here, and we're out here on our own, always all alone. On the inside, we're dejected, we've rejected everything we've always known. On the inside, hearts are breaking, souls are aching, and none of it makes sense. I just wish that it made sense. So we keep going, never really knowing.
Oh, it ended.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't know when it was going to end?
No.
There we go. On the inside. That was one of my songwriting challenges. I'm not as ambitious as you are, but I made it through a 5-day.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Double check my levels here. Make sure I'm not just blowing everybody out. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. You might be a little too loud. Loud, let's turn it down. All right, I'm gonna murder someone, as is normal during my streams.
Oh? This was not on my agenda.
What? They're murder ballads. It happens all the
Oh,
time.
metaphorically. Oh, okay.
Oh,
We're good.
okay.
Okay. I was just going to say, do I need to like run? Because I have this like air cast on my foot right now. I'm not going to make it very far.
No, don't worry. I never kill anyone who's real.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's a good practice.
It is. It has kept me out of jail.
That's admirable. Yeah.
There are some people who can't manage that.
No, they can't.
All right, this is a song called Edward Cain. This was on the Midway Phair second album, and this is it's a murder ballad, and it's not exactly a ballad rewrite, which is why it didn't end up in the ballad rewrite show. But it is partially based on Riddle's Wisely Expounded, which is another a ballad that I've stolen from multiple times. But or the Elfin
Paid
Knight.
homage to, not stolen. Paid homage to.
But or also the Elfin Knight, and the general story is someone meets another person on the road. Usually, it's a guy meeting a woman, and in some stories, he's a fairy and he wants to like abduct her, and usually it doesn't end well for her. So this ends a little better for her.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And it's paired with a tune, which I'm going to try and play correctly. I was practicing it all day, but it's paired with a tune called The Unmated Swallow. And
This sounds ambitious.
bitter night in winter when Edward came to town, he met a girl named Helen in a poor girl's bandit gown. Her hair was bound in silver threads, and so he spoke his mind. A prettier girl in all the county I think I'll never find. Well, I cannot wait and I cannot talk, said Helen, tall and fair. I'm off to church to meet my John, who's waiting for me there. And does your John call you fair, or does he call you plain? He only calls me what I am, she said to Edward Cain. Took from his pack a fiddle and his bow, and said he'd play a tune for her, sweet and soft and low. Well, your singing may sway the ear of every other girl, but I would not forsake my John for any in this world. October evening they met at last again. The wind blew through in patches and the crossed wind turned the vein. And in one hand he took her throat and his voice turned hard and mean. I'd have given half the world if you had but agreed. But Helen drew a knife and drove the blade through Edward's throat, and before she saw him breathe his last she left him by the road. Pulled her coat around her as she waited for the train, lit another cigarette and flicked the ash away.
land there.
It's the 3 major.
Don't you love when like they just come, like it's like one time, unexpected? I love that.
It turns out I cannot play the tune correctly.
I mean, for what it's worth, I didn't know because I don't know the tune. So it sounded great to me.
Just make sure you hit the notes in the right, on the beat, and it's always good.
That's right. That's right.
That's why we play blues and jazz and stuff like that.
It was a jazz note.
It wasn't wrong.
That's right. So let's see. On the topic of like 90s nostalgia, my next song was inspired by a movie that came out 30 years ago.
Woo!
It is the 30-year anniversary. Does this make you feel old?
It does make me feel old, but it also makes me happy because I know what song it is.
So there is a movie called Wayne's World that came out in 1992. It was based on a Saturday Night Live sketch with Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. And the premise, for those of you who are unfamiliar, was 2 dudes who were broadcasting a cable access show from their basement. That was basically the whole premise of the whole show, and somehow they managed to make a movie around that.
2
movies, in fact, yeah. And it was such a funny movie. It came out, I guess, I'm definitely going to date myself here. I think I was in 5th or 6th grade when it came out. And I just remember it being so quotable, and like everybody at school was just quote after quote from this movie, right? So as a consequence,
you're gonna spew
into this. Yeah, exactly. It's all in there. It's in our like subconscious. Like even if we don't know it's there, it's there. And so consequently, every time my friend and bandmate Joshua Hunter and I drive through the state of Delaware, we find ourselves reciting the phrase from the movie Wayne's World, in which he starts out by saying, "Or you can be magically whisked away to Delaware."
Beautiful Delaware.
Hi, I'm in Delaware. Because what are you supposed to say about Delaware? And so every time we go through Delaware, one of us does the first half and the other does the other half. And one time when the band was coming back from a show in New York, you pass through Delaware when you go from New York to Washington, D.C., where we live. And I said, you know what, guys? I'm going to write a song called Hi, I'm in Delaware. And it was a joke. And everybody was like, yeah, you should do that. That would be cool. And when we got home, even though it was a joke, I kind of sat down with a guitar and a song started to form. And it started out like partly as a joke, and in which I was using random quotes from the movie as part of the lyrics to the song. But I somehow managed to like craft a narrative, like a story that was being told that has nothing to do with Wayne's World, but has these little Easter eggs in it. So for people who have seen the movie, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I get that. And then for people who haven't, I think it does stand alone, you know? But anyway, the name of this song, after this very long introduction, is Delaware. And there is actually a portion for a guitar solo, which obviously I will not be able to play while I'm playing the rhythm. So if you want to hop in, you are more than welcome. All right. Is this still in tune?
This is part of the song.
Tuning song.
Oh, the tuning song.
There we go. Okay. Hi, I'm in Delaware, and I'm just calling to say that I miss you, and all the stupid antics we'd get up to. Things just haven't been the same, but at the end of this tour, I'm coming home. Rolling down 95 with the windows down and the music up, we're adventuring in our own special way. Do you remember watching Wayne's World on the couch, reciting every single line? it all the time. Museum hopping, record shopping, these were the things that made sense. When did we stop getting magically whisked away? Or when did we succumb to the mundane day-to-day? Hi, I'm in Delaware. I'm just calling to say that I miss you. And all the stupid antics we get up to, things just haven't been the same. But at the end of this tour, I'm coming home. Static and whistles from the dial-up machines would drown out all the sounds around, and voices in between, the ones that said that we're not worthy and that we should walk away. But we would not bow down, and just look at us now. Risk taking, record breaking, we came here to play, so game on. Do you ever think about the way things used to be? I fall to pieces when nostalgia gets the best of me. Hi, I'm in Delaware. I'm just calling to say that I miss you. And all the stupid antics we get up to, things just haven't been the same. Will this stand the test of time? Nobody knows. But at the end of this tour, I'm coming home. Yes! That's Delaware. And that will be coming out as a single by Dear Daria on April 20. Oh crap, I'm not remembering the day. I think it's the last Friday in April. Whatever that happens to be.
Is that that's ahead of the album release?
Yep.
Okay.
So we had a single come out in June called Best Life, and then we just put out a super 80s nostalgia song in February called John Hughes, and our 90s nostalgia song is coming out in April, Delaware, and then the full album's coming out in May.
Do you ever think about the fact that there's going to be 2000s nostalgia like now?
Oh, I think there already is. I've seen in DC at the Black Cat music club there. They have
2000s dance party.
2000s dance parties. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
So I actually had a really good conversation with my niece, who is, she's 22 or 21. Hold on. Oh my God, she's older than 21. Oh, Jesus.
Did you know you could be born after the year 2000
in
and legal to
1999.
drink?
She was born in 1999.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
In my defense, the last 2 years have not advanced time.
Mm-mm.
So
no, time is without context or meaning anymore.
But we had this conversation about how culture has basically become static, because you can just go look up everything on the internet, and the way television is broadcast now is that it's on streaming services, so you can watch everything at once. And this is just this has radically changed the way people perceive like cultural, I don't want to say advancement, but cultural movement,
progression.
Yeah. And so it's, so I asked her, like, do you feel like a song from the 2000s is old? And she said, not really. And I'm just thinking, When I was in high school, Dookie was old because
Yeah.
I listened to it in 8th grade.
Same.
So
Maybe 7th grade for me. I can't recall. What class were you in high school?
I was 99.
Oh, me too. Okay, so yeah, same. So maybe it was 8th grade. I couldn't remember.
And it's
Although I will say I won a bet once for knowing exactly what year that record came out. It was 1994, and the guy who lost the bet was very unhappy. Yeah.
very disappointed in
Yeah.
himself.
I was like, trust me, man, you don't want to mess with me on music trivia, especially 90s music trivia. Don't go there.
Need this here, capo.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play one of my dad's songs. Unfortunately, Maryjo, these chords are not right.
Oh, so don't follow along.
However, if you put your capo on the 3rd fret,
Okay.
it's not hard,
Okay.
and it's basically just 1-4-1-5. So my dad sent me this song, and he's been working on this song since 1994, and he keeps changing on me. But
So since Dookie came out.
right? Yeah, I swear there was a reason we were talking about 1994. It's called a segue, folks. But we were talking in the car, and I don't want to bring everyone down, but a friend of his who like recorded the song on tape had passed away like decades ago now, and all of the tapes that they ever made together just disintegrated. And so I'm hoping that there is some way to salvage some of the stuff that's left, but
Gotta take that to like an archivist or a preservationist or something.
yeah, and I mean I know they can bake 2-inch tape. I don't know if they can bake cassettes, but
Don't know until you ask.
$40,000 feet on a plane from Louisville. Looking down, I see those Appalachian hills. My mind wanders back to a summer long ago, in a field where the dark-eyed Susans grow. Dark-eyed Susie, do you remember me? Back in those hills where my heart longs to be. Many years have passed, I still can hear her voice. Tell me, do you love me, my Appalachian boy? I watched her in silence by the light of the moon, plucking the petals from dark-eyed Susan's bloom. Oh, dark-eyed Susie, do you remember me? Back to those hills where my heart longs to be. With a wildflower bouquet on that night between two worlds, the night I said goodbye to my Appalachian girl. All the flowers of summer could never erase the tears that streamed down dark-eyed Susan's face. Well, one said I loved her, the next one said no. And although I sure about me. I knelt by her today at a church near that old Appalachian place. A flower wilts and fades, but true love never dies. Etched on the stone where dark-eyed Susan lies. Dark-eyed Susie, that memory's calling me back to those hills where my heart longs to be. Dark-eyed Susie, your memory's calling me back to those hills where my heart longs to be.
It's like a Beatle thing. Okay. All right. Well, I'll play one more song. My one more song is a song that has audience participation, which obviously is difficult in a live stream setting. So,
Alexa!
Alexa! Obviously, if the people at home want to sing along, it would be awesome when we get to that part. And you can help with this too, obviously.
We're the audience.
Can you guys be my audience?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So when we get to the sing-along portion, you guys have to sing along, right?
And it's no name, never. Oh, wait. No, it's probably not that.
So this song, I will try to be quick with an intro to it so that we don't take forever. This is a Two Dragons and a Cheetah song. Two Dragons and a Cheetah being a duo that I was in with my buddy Joel Wu, who now lives in Minnesota. And we used to rehearse in my apartment, which is very small. And I had an electric drum kit, and I would turn my amp down really low and not even use a microphone and not even like project it full volume because I just didn't want to like bother the neighbors. And so we never really knew what a song was going to sound like until we got to a venue and played it live, because we were playing it on an electric drum kit, super low. I wasn't full on singing. So there was a very real possibility that when we got to the show for this next song, like I was like, this could be a horrible disaster. Like it might sound like garbage in real life once we actually do it. And it did not. It surprised us. It went so well that it like became our most well-known song, and everybody asked for it at every show. And we kind of made it our closing song even. So I guess that's why I'm using it as my closing song now. And it's called Wind Me Up.
Do you have to explain the audience participation, or are we going to figure it out?
I will explain it when we get there.
Okay.
Okay, I have to remember what
It's
I'm doing.
explained in song form. I hope you're participating at home.
Yes, please do. Maybe he loves me, maybe he loves me not. Maybe he's scared, unsure, unhinged, and just likes to fall in love a lot. Maybe I'm in over my head and should leave it alone. It's a sticky situation, feels like an eternity. I think the fear of the unknown is gonna be the death of me. I breathe in, breathe out, keep on till he looks my way. I'm a wind-up toy, baby, don't you wanna come and play? Bring me up, watch me lose control and dance the night away. Push the button, turn the dial, you can try to hide that smile, but I'm fairly sure I know your game. You can wind me up tonight if you want me to stay. The quiet scares me, it can be unsettling, because the moment that he's gone, the real world catches up with me. It's the crash after the high that keeps you craving more. I'm a wind-up toy, baby, don't you wanna come and play? Bring me up, watch me lose control here's where the audience participation part comes in. I'm going to sing you a little na-na-na part and ask you to sing it back with me. Sound good? Good. At home too. Na, 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 na. All right, keep it going. Na, 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 na. I said na, 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 na. Living my life in overdrive is what keeps me knocking on my door. Well done. Thank you both.
Yay.
And thank you to everyone at home who was singing along.
Thanks to everyone who tuned in during the broadcast or a little late to the broadcast or, you know, weeks later, because that happens.
Whenever.
It's the increasingly less live stream.
Well, we did it live. That's
Yeah,
the important part.
My last week wasn't live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have to pre-record to really pull it off.
Good luck with that.
All right, next week I have my friend Michael Friedman, a fantastic guitarist. He mixes up classical, jazz, avant-garde, folk, everything. Like he plays Scottish folk songs that sound like classical pieces, and he plays gymnopedy, which I'm probably going to make him play that. And lately he's been playing a lot of 7-string guitar, so I do not know exactly what he's gonna bring, but we're gonna find out. May even I don't want to spoil it. I got to find out what's gonna happen when he gets here.
All right.
So, and then later this month I have the inimitable, mm-hmm. Yeah, inimitable Georgie Jessup. Who will be joining me on the 26th, and the week before that I'm actually playing in person. It's happening.
Where?
It's happening. I'm playing at Georgie's house concert venue, which is Edith May's Paradise. It's down in Jessup, and it's her basement, and it's full of toys from her dad's toy shop.
Okay.
And but I mean, it's got a stage. It's beautifully lit, wonderful sound. Sometimes it's live streamed. So,
what day is this again?
that'll be Saturday the 19th.
Okay.
I can do math, I swear.
Cool.
Just not with numbers.
Saturday the 19th.
Yeah, so if you're in the Baltimore area, and I actually have an in-person thing next week, but it's a little weirder. So if you're interested in that, please check out midwayfair.com. I have a calendar there. That's why I don't have to remember things. And please check out Maryjo's website. Her link is in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not watching this on YouTube, please go to YouTube and look at the links in the description.
Yeah.
And you can go there and get her music.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
I'm at Maryjo Mattea and at Dear Daria Band pretty much on any social platform. I don't necessarily use every social media platform, but we are on every social media platform, and things cross-post to the ones that I don't really manage all that actively. Like Twitter. I'm not a big Twitter person.
All right, Avery. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.